Hello subscribers, the review for today will be on the PNSO Museum Series, Jeff the Kronosaurus. When I first saw images of this model, I was planning to get it, but I wasn't too excited for it, since there's plenty of other Kronosaurus figures out there. I started to get more excited about it when I heard that it was going to be in the 1/35 scale. All other Kronosauruses we've been getting were huge and pretty much not in scale with anything. The packaging is the exact same thing as the other figures in the Museum Series line. Still cool, but nothing new. You also get this booklet, which features images, artworks, and information about the animal. It says right there, Kronosaurus was about 9.5 meters in length, which would make it one of the largest pliosaurs. There's a cool image of the skull. Then, the sick artwork of the marine reptile, which shows it with a vertical tail fluke. Unfortunately, the model doesn't have that. And that's about it. As you guys can see, I got a spin table so you can see the figure from all sides. PNSO has done it once again with making another awesome prehistoric marine animal. While this one still has problems, they are minor and are outweighed by the positives. So let's dive in and take a look at the detailing. PNSO has never failed to deliver amazing detailing. Despite pliosaurs having smooth skin, they were still able to give it plenty of wrinkles, skin folds, and musculature. You can see the cloaca, which is colored pink. Just by looking at the torso and the flippers, you can see that this was a powerful swimmer. There's the tail, which ends in a horizontal tail fluke. I'll talk about that later. There's one of the biggest standout features about this figure, which is the head. The head, you can see there's this wide open jaw with these menacing looking teeth. And I like how PNSO always adds a glossy finish with some pink dry brushing inside the mouth to make it look as realistic as possible. One weird thing I spotted, if you look inside the mouth, you can see that the back of the tongue isn't connected to anything. I'm guessing that this was done so it wouldn't interfere with the articulated jaw. Now let's talk about the paint job. The underbelly is white, the cloaca and the interior of the mouth is pink, the eye is green, and the main color is a very dark gray. Even though it's basic, I really enjoy it. The contrasting colors are nice, and it's scientifically accurate. Marine reptiles are known to possess counter shading, which is dark on the top and light colors on the bottom, in order to blend in with the ocean depths. Even though the coloration is accurate, some parts of the sculpt are not. Let's take a look at the inaccuracy that people were talking about, which is the tail fluke. Pliosaurs did have tail flukes, but they were vertical and not horizontal. This is more similar to what you would see on a marine mammal. The skull is also kind of shrink wrapped, as you can see the skull openings, and the teeth are interlocking. They should be held vertically inside the mouth, like what you would see on the Safari and Collectate Kronosaurs. Here's a quick measurement with the flexible ruler, and you can see that Jeff is nearly 10 inches long. Starting with our usual comparisons, here is Jeff the Kronosaurus next to the other PNSO prehistoric sea animals that I have. I would say Evan the Tylosaurus is still my favorite, followed by the Dunkleosteus, and then the Kronosaurus. I also have the Leviathan coming in the mail soon, haven't ordered the Himalayasaurus yet, and I cannot wait for the upcoming Cretoxyrhina. Who knows what other sea monsters PNSO has in store for us. Here are the other Kronosaurus figures that I have. Even though the ones by Safari and Collectate are more accurate, the PNSO Kronosaurus is my favorite. Next, let's bring in the Safari LTD Liopleurodon, which is also in 1/35 scale. And here is the Collectate Deluxe Pliosaurus, and the Schleich Mosasaurus. The PNSO Kronosaurus is my second favorite pliosaur figure. My favorite still has to be the Toyaway Liopleurodon. Not just because Liopleurodon is one of my favorite prehistoric marine animals, but also because of nostalgia. I absolutely love the Walking with Dinosaurs interpretation of Liopleurodon. As you can see, Jeff has the Collectate Elasmosaurus in his jaws. This is a cool comparison since Kronosaurus did prey on elasmosaurids, though not Elasmosaurus itself, since it lived millions of years after Kronosaurus. Last but not least, here is Jeff the Kronosaurus next to the Collectate Zephactinus and the Collectate Mini Zephactinus. This guy is also in the 1/35 scale. Well, there you have it, guys. This was my review on the PNSO Museum series, Jeff the Kronosaurus. I definitely recommend you guys picking this up, especially if you love sea monsters and if you want a pliosaur figure that's in the 1/35 scale. My favorite parts about this is the head sculpt, the articulated jaw, and the color scheme. So if I had to give this guy a rating, I would say he gets the 10 out of 10. It's my new favorite Kronosaurus figure and one of my new favorite models from PNSO. So if you guys enjoyed this review, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comment section of what you think of this new figure.